We're actually showing the most recent version of Hellgate London that we could muster up, that we knew was stable and had everything we wanted to show. We're showing off 2 new character classes. So we've talked about the factions for a long time, the Templar, the Cabbalists, and Hunters, and now we're kind of like breaking it down for people and showing the character classes. So we've got the Blade Master and the Guardian, which are the 2 Templar classes. And very different. Blade Master, extremely focused on dealing as much damage as possible, all kinds of crazy spinning attacks and combo attacks and masteries and dual wielding swords, and is really built around kind of almost being like this this dance of blades type character. Whereas the Guardian is very much about huge armor, building up, tracking numerous enemies, short ranged, kind of area effect attacks. Really being someone who works can really sit there and just take it on their own, but works really well in big groups too, and being able to kind of set up that game. So the idea that we're playing around with now is that you'll see archetypes of each of the factions. So when you go to create a character, you're going to see, oh, here's the Templar, and the Cabbalists, and I'm just like, okay, I want to be one of these Templar guys. And then it kind of shows you, oh, well, here's what you can be within the Templar. As a Templar, you can be a Blade Master, you can be a Guardian. You'll get a description. You'll kind of see some core outfit, what they look like at maybe a medium level, so you get an idea of what the look of the character is and the descriptor of what they do, and show the beginning stats and things. And really, what we want that beginning part of the game when you're choosing what it is you want to do is you get a great idea of what that archetype is going to be. Like, oh yeah, I want to dual wield swords and just frenzy my way through guys. Oh, it's going to be awesome. That's what I want to be, and this is what I want to look like. And you're just kind of choosing that, and then we really walk you through that ongoing kind of growth of your character as you play. The plans for multiplayer there have been a slow burn and evolution. From the very beginning, we've known that they were going to have a split, kind of a hybrid game that's both a single player and an MMO. That's been there since day one when we designed it. We wanted, and it's really, to be honest, what Diablo 2 was. There's just like there was religious arguments, I think, about whether Diablo 2 was an RPG or not. We've gotten into arguments with people about whether it was an MMO or not, because it didn't follow kind of the standardized either UO or EQ, basically, the 2 major models. So for us with Hellgate London, we've always known there was going to be this core single-player gameplay you can get. You don't have to have online access at all. You can play. We're guessing it's going to probably be 30 to 40 hours of story-driven gameplay. But then when you go online and play, then you're opening up into this full MMO world. So it's not a chat room that you go into like Battle.net was. You're going in, you are your character. You're buying and selling items. You're forming groups. There's all the community economy things, guilds, friends lists, auction houses, like all these different things that you're doing. That is what you'd expect out of an MMO. Then there's also, we want players to have kind of that core gameplay experience and be able to do that like we did for Diablo 2, so be able to do that in the free environment. So you can go online, go through the story, just hook up with your friends, and play that way. But then there's this whole other world of, maybe the premier content that's out there, and is there even starting from day one. And those can be, everything falls into every category. So, items, monsters, areas to play, skills, character classes, quests, just and on and on and on, gameplay modes, like all these different things that you'll be able to do, that if people want to tap in and access that, then because that's something that we fully support, that we're making the same dedication to the game as our gamers do, that we want to continue to have the world grow and live and breathe. We kind of want to get across to players that you're going to get all that Diablo 2 goodness in terms of an online play experience, plus, right? And then when you want that plus, then that's, you're saying like, oh yeah, I want this and that and that and and those are the things. And to get all that, then that's where that trade-off comes. Because obviously, we want to be able to keep a full live team on it 24/7 to make sure that we're just building and building and building. And that's something we never really were able to do in Diablo. We have a launch window of this summer. So, we've already sent the email out to all the developers telling them, all right, here's content deadline. If it ain't in by this time, it ain't getting in, and so, everything internally is structured towards getting to that summer ship date.